Hello everyone and welcome to another of our Open the Book Bible stories. I wonder if you can remember our story from last week. It was called Double Your Money. It was all about how everybody has been given gifts and abilities and opportunities and that we should all try and share them. Well, today I want you to think about whether you wish you were a grown-up. Do you think you'd have more of those gifts or abilities? Are there lots of things you'd like to do when you're grown up? Drive a car, pilot a plane. When you're grown up, do you think you'll remember what it was like to be a child? Do you think you'll remember how you feel today? Let's hear about one boy's memories. He was a child about your age. The Bible doesn't tell us what his name was, so we're going to call him Janai. So let's open the book to the Bible story called Be Like Me.
I remember that day so clearly. The day when I felt so special, so important. I was only a young lad, no more than 9 or 10. I was busy as usual helping my mother and the other women. It was my job to collect wood for the fire. I can smell the smoke even now. Mum was busy kneading some dough when I heard an argument in the road. Some of Jesus' friends were squabbling as they walked past me. It was difficult to hear exactly what they were saying, but they seemed to be arguing over which one of them was more important than the others.
I'm better than you.
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 No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Then Jesus went over and broke up the argument.
Friends, stop your arguing. Come and sit down and rest.
Once everything had calmed down, I heard my name being called.
Janai, come over here.
I looked up in surprise. It was Jesus' voice. He was resting by the roadside and all the men were standing around him. He looked straight at me and called again.
Janai, come here. Come here to me.
I glanced at Mum. I wasn't sure what to do. She nodded her head towards Jesus and said,
Go on then, it's okay.
I put the wood down and, wiping my hands on my shirt, I walked over to Jesus and his friends. Jesus welcomed me with a smile and turned around to face the men. I looked up at them, wondering what he would say.
My friends,
He said,
if you want to get into the kingdom of heaven, you need to be just like Janai here. You need to become just like a little child. Don't waste time arguing about what's important. Instead, learn from the children. Learn to be humble.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Jesus was telling these big men, these special friends of his, that they should be like me.
In fact,
Said Jesus quite firmly.
I'll go further. Children are so important that you must cherish them. You must never do or say anything that might make them lose their faith in me. Encourage them, nurture them, protect them. God is very unhappy with anyone who spoils children's love for their Father in heaven.
I was surprised to hear all of this. I was only a boy who did little jobs. I only did what I was told. These men did important things, like teaching people about God, healing people. They could even stay up all night talking to Jesus. I had to go to bed when my mum told me to. Jesus hugged me and whispered,
Never forget, you are important to God.
I went back to the fire, picked up the wood, and then I sat down and thought about what Jesus had said.
Wow, grown-ups have to be like children, like me.
Janai was just an ordinary little boy helping his mum when Jesus called him over. Can you imagine how surprised he was to hear what Jesus had to say? Jesus used Janai as an example to teach his adult friends that children like you are very important, that you have gifts and abilities that we can learn from. So we're going to take a moment for reflection now. We're going to be quiet. Close your eyes and imagine how special Janai felt when Jesus spoke directly to him in front of all of his grown-up friends and told him how important he was to God. Now, I'm going to say a prayer, and if you'd like to make it your prayer, you can say Amen after me at the end. Dear God, thank you that children are important to you. Thank you that we are all special to you. Help us to always remember that you love us. Amen. Well, thank you for joining us for another of our Open the Book Bible stories. We hope to see you again soon for another one.